Today, we're digging into a pretty radical idea, a blueprint for a universal human order. It's an ethical framework that suggests, maybe we could just throw out all the rule books by focusing on one single core concept, right understanding. But first, let's start with a question that I think really gets to the heart of it for all of us. We are surrounded by ethical dilemmas every single day. And even when we want to do the right thing, why does it often feel so impossibly complicated? Think about it. We have built entire civilizations on systems meant to encourage good behavior. We've got laws, corporate codes of conduct, ancient religious texts, and yet they always seem to fall short, don't they? That's the paradox we're exploring. Well, the source material argues that our methods are built on a really shaky foundation: fear and greed. We're either motivated by trying to avoid a punishment or we're chasing some kind of reward. Now, that doesn't create genuinely good people. It creates a system of endless debates, a ton of internal conflict, and, get this, it actually encourages people to find clever loopholes, which leads to the very corruption we're trying to stop. So, if the sticks and the carrots aren't working, what's the alternative? Well, this is where the source material proposes a pretty radical shift in our thinking, starting from a much deeper, more fundamental place. And here it is. The core idea is called right understanding. Now, this isn't another set of rules to memorize. It's a fundamental shift in perception. It's the realization that harmony isn't something we have to build from scratch. The argument is that harmony is an innate, pre-existing reality in everything, and our only job is to learn how to see it. This quote from the source really just nails it. It reframes ethics completely, not as a struggle to invent solutions, but as a journey to discover what's already there. The harmony exists, we just need the tools to see it. Okay, I know that sounds pretty profound, but how does it actually translate into our daily lives, right? How do we go from this huge idea to a practical, ethical way of living? Well, it turns out there's a blueprint for that. The argument goes something like this: our ethical nature isn't just random or a product of culture. Just like a mango tree has an essential mango-ness, it's in its nature to produce mangoes, the source says humans have a definite humanness, right? Understanding is what allows us to tap into that core nature and live in alignment with it. And this is where it gets really practical. This humanness gives rise to a simple three-step blueprint. First, our values. This is where we understand our natural role in the world. Second, our policy. We decide how we're going to actually live out those values. And third, our character. This is how we express it all through our work and our actions. Values, policy, character. That's the whole framework. Now, what's so powerful about this idea is how it scales. This is a transformation that starts inside each and every one of us, but it has the potential to radically reshape our entire society. The source calls this a shift from animal consciousness to human consciousness. Think of animal consciousness as being stuck on a hamster wheel. Your life is driven by accumulating more money, more stuff, more pleasure. It often leads to what's called a misery trap, where you're just never satisfied. But in human consciousness, the priority shifts. It becomes about understanding, relationships, and harmony. The goal isn't just personal gain anymore, it's mutual fulfillment. And this table shows just how powerful that internal shift can be. It doesn't just stay internal, it ripples outward. So, as you can see, at the individual level, it leads to happiness. In the family, it leads to peace. In society, it builds real trust. And for the planet, it means an end to pollution and depletion. It's a complete, holistic transformation. All right, so let's take this one step further. How does this philosophy actually build a practical vision for our future? How could it reshape the very systems that govern our lives? Well, for starters, this kind of thinking leads to a completely different blueprint for technology itself. Imagine, instead of designing tech just to maximize profit, we design it to serve real human needs. It would be eco-friendly by default, safe, it would promote local self-sufficiency, and it would be built from the ground up to enhance human cooperation, not division. And this vision extends to every pillar of society. Education would be about integrating values with skills. Healthcare would focus on holistic well-being, not just treating symptoms. Justice would aim for restoration and harmony. And the entire economy would be redesigned around mutual fulfillment, not just endless growth. So, with a vision this huge, where do you even start? The source is very clear on this. The entry point for this entire global transformation isn't politics, it's not even technology. It's a new kind of education,
what it calls humanistic education, where understanding our core values is the foundation for all learning.
So, what we have here is a really powerful framework for rethinking ethics from the ground up. And it leaves us with a final, provocative question to consider. If we truly centered our world not on rules, but on understanding the harmony that's already here, what kind of future could we actually build?